I want to tell you about Robinson Crusoe. He tells Friday, when I do so, you do so. Whatever I do, you must do like me. He make Friday into Good Friday, Boboli.
What's this? I'm all ready to take the song. What are you... What? What? What about the song? You forget the bloody song. Oh, it was a fluke.
Look, if I'm supposed to help you with this stupidness, we will have to cool it and collaborate a little bit. Now, I was in that boat rowing, and I was looking up towards the sky, and a big white seabird beating inland from a storm. So what's the trouble, Mr. True?
Seabird? What seabird? Oh, I'm not playing a fucking seabird.
I'm only asking you to play a white seabird because I'm supposed to play a black explorer.
Well, I don't want to do it. And anyway, that is the shittiest acting I've seen in a long time. And Robinson Crusoe wasn't rowing when he got shipwrecked. He was on a huge boat. Then we will take the song.
That suits me. Now, the way I see it, whether Robinson Crusoe was on a big boat or not, the idea is that he got shipwrecked. So if I'm supposed to play Robinson Crusoe my way, then I will choose the way in which I will get shipwrecked. Now, as Robinson Crusoe is rowing, he looks up towards the sky and he sees this huge white seabird making loud seabird noises because a storm is coming. And Robinson Crusoe looks up towards the sky and sees that there is this storm. Then there is a large wave and Robinson Crusoe finds it. Now look, you know, I'm doing you a favor, right? On this beach, right? Then he sees a lot of goats. And because he is naked and he needs clothes, he kills the goat, he takes off the skin, and he makes this parasol here and this hat, so he doesn't walk around naked for everybody to see. Now we know that there's nobody there, but there is an audience. So the sooner Robinson Crusoe puts on his clothes, the better and happier we're all going to be. I'm going to go back in the boat. I'm going to look up towards the sky. You will please make the seabird noises. I will do the wave. I will kill you, take off your skin, make a parasol and a hat. And after that, I promise you that I will remember the song and I will sing it to the best of my ability. However shitty that is.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yes, Mr. True?
Okay. If you're a black explorer, wait a minute. If you're really a white explorer, but you're black, shouldn't I play a black seabird since I'm white?
Are you going to extend the limits of prejudice to include the flora and fauna of this island? I am entering the boat. Not a seagull. That is some kind of, well, I don't know what it is. Some kind of jumbie bird or something. I am entering the boat.
Hold it a second. Come a minute! This is too humiliating. Now let's forget it. And please don't continue or you're fired.
It don't go for Mr. True. You know me to be a meticulous man. I didn't want to do this job. I didn't even want to work here. You convinced me to work here. I've worked here as meticulously as I can until I have been promoted. This morning I had no intention of doing what I'm doing now. You have always admired the fact that what I begin, I finish. So I will accept my resignation if you want to, after we have finished this thing. But I'm not leaving in the middle of a job. That has never been my policy. So you can sit down as usual and watch me work. But until we have finished this whole business of Robinson Crusoe being in a boat, looking at an imaginary seabird, being shipwrecked, killing a goat, making this parasol and this hat, walking up the beach, finding a naked footprint, which should take me into about another 10 or 12 minutes at the most, I will pack my things and I will leave. And you can play Robinson Crusoe all by yourself. My plans were after this, to take the table like this. Let me show you. To take the table, turn it all around, go under the table, and this would now have become Robinson Crusoe's hut. Now you tell me if you think I'm overdoing it. Or if you think it's more or less what we agreed on. Okay? But I am not resigning. You see, it's your people who introduced us in the classics. This culture. Robinson Crusoe, Shakespeare, and so on. And when we start getting as good as them, you can't leave halfway. So I will continue. Please?
No, Jackson, you will not continue. You will straighten this table, return the tablecloth, take away the breakfast things, give me back the hat, put back on your jacket, and we will continue as normal and forget the whole matter. Now, I am very serious. I have had enough of this farce. I would like to stop.
May I say what I think, Mr. True? I think it is a matter of prejudice. I think that you cannot believe, one, that I can act, and two, that any black man should play Robinson Crusoe. I mean, a little while back, I came in here quite calmly and normally with the breakfast things, and finally almost stark naked, kneeling down, and you told me you were getting into your part. Here am I, getting into my part, and you object. But this is the story. This is history. This moment that we are now acting is the history of imperialism. It's nothing less than that. And I don't think that I should concede getting into a part halfway and abandoning things just because you, as my superior, gives me orders. People become independent. No, I can go down to the beach by myself with this hat, and I can play Robinson Crusoe, I can play Columbus, I can play Sir Francis Drake, I can play anybody discovering anywhere, but I don't want you to tell me when to stop, or what to discover, and when to discover it, right?
Look, Jackson, I'm sorry to interrupt you again, but as I, was watching you, I realized that it's more profound than that. That it could get offensive. I mean, what we're doing here is a little something light, just a pantomime, a satire, a picon. But if you take this thing seriously, we might commit art, which is a kind of crime in this society. I mean, there are a lot of things there that people, well, it would make them think too much. Well, we don't want that. We just want a little entertainment.
Oh, Crusoe was this Christian boy, and fighting him was the sunny right. So on the king's bombs are going reverse, with Crusoe the slave and the Friday the boss.